Just a minute. Yep, right.
Well, in a championship, I like to take it easy the first two rounds, and got through the first round relatively comfortable, and then the second round was awful. But the final is when I want to be a bit more aggressive and get up there with the leaders. I suddenly found myself in the lead, and that was one of the scenarios that I was willing to deal with. The plan was to go 60s, 61s, fast enough that any of the guys running out in lane 2 or 3 would pay for the extra distance they would run. If you're running 66s, it doesn't matter if you're in lane 8, it's the same thing, but I haven't had the best of successes in the past leading. I wouldn't put it down to that today. It was really ideal when Kiprop took the lead with 600 to go, or whenever it was. I thought, all right, I'm money. I can get right on the inside. He's going to go all the way to the finish line. I can just draft up with him to the finish. I felt the same as I have this season. Never great, never bad, but enough there so that suddenly when the unthinkable kick that I was doing this season, when I went to do that to follow the guys, I went backwards, and just really disappointing. I don't know what it's down to. I'm not sure if it's a dehydration, because I really did every possible measure to get my body back. In the World Juniors 10 years ago, I had a similar experience, and I came back and had the best race of my life up to that point. So I think the hydration issues aren't the problem. I have no idea what it is, but my coach and I and my support team will have to evaluate that and make sure we don't have to go through a similar type of thing again. I've, in the past, and I'll be the first to admit, have been a little critical of athletes who have raced really fast times during the season and not been there in the championships. And I have to eat a bit of humble pie because that is my season, it seems. And I'm a little bit ashamed of that, but kids, you can learn from the mistakes as well. I'm not downplaying how disappointed I am. I'm extremely disappointed. It's not where I would like to be, but it's still an honour to be here at the World Championships, whether it be in the medals or at the back. It's a great honour to be in a place where so many other runners would dream of hitting the qualifying standards. So I'm glad that I still came and did all of this, but definitely if I'm able to get up back towards the top, which I have no doubt won't be a problem. It's a matter of timing it right. It will taste that much sweeter.
Can you walk us through the dehydration in the semis? What happened during the race and then afterwards?
Yeah, basically I was moving up throughout the race, and I felt as I would normally, with 120 girls in the pivot position, ready to slingshot fourth, cruise on in. And then when the pace picked up the last 100, I went backwards. I was like a shock. And suddenly I just had to start muscling it, and I was counting the numbers, and man, I'm not even going to finish top 7, and somehow I eked out the extra bit to make sure I got in, and about 20 seconds later I felt a huge urge to throw up, and I didn't want to throw up in front of all of the media people in here, so I stopped on the stairs as you go past the first TV crew area, and I just started dry heaving, and my head was just extremely throbbing, and I rested up against the wall sitting down, and next thing I know, I fell asleep, and then I woke up in the medical zone 25-30 minutes later. The same thing happened to me at the pre-nationals one year. I climbed behind a van and fell asleep for an hour, and my team didn't know where I was. So whether it's dehydration or whether it's just extreme lactic acid buildup from having to really muscle it out at the end, that's what I guess I'll never know. But we took every measure possible to get my body back after the struggle. Perhaps the major downside to that was I had all that lactic in my legs, and yet I was stagnant for an hour or so. So it was hard to get all the shit out of my legs, excuse the French. So they felt, it was a struggle to feel the natural flow of my muscles today.
You'll have to come back in 2 years in Moscow, because John Walker still has got one place higher than you in the World Champs.
Yeah, John Walker was a great runner, wasn't he? It's an honour just to be mentioning his name. No, I'm extremely disappointed. I came in with the third fastest time. Anything less than a medal was not acceptable to me. I had to give it a go, and running from the back after the semi and cruising in for 5th or 6th, I probably wouldn't have been able to do that now looking at that. That wasn't even an option either. Had to be in the top 3 or 4 going into the belt to have a chance at a medal. And man, full credit to Matt Centuritz. What an awesome run for him. College kid doing what I did in Beijing. he's got a lot of potential, and the Kenyans executed their plan perfectly. So hats off to them. I've got a lot of work to do, but I'll have to take some downtime and really figure out how to avoid this concern in the future.
What did you see in that? We've seen it in the States, but you mentioned the strategy similar to what you actually coming in Beijing.
Well, I don't know the strategy. I didn't see him because I was in front for a little bit. Well, I saw on the big screen he was right behind me. But right through the warm-up, the call room, him and Kieran were joking around. There was no pressure on the world and them. Here they are, the college kids. No one expected them to make the final. They didn't have one bit of nerves. It was quite impressive to see. It reminded me when I was a 21-year-old. And there I was, the nervous one, hoping to live up to expectations. And he ran confidently, and he's definitely got a really, really bright future in front of him.
Where for you now, Matt?
Well, I'm scheduled to race in Rieti on next Saturday, and then Zagreb 3 days later. Right now, it's not that exciting a prospect to go and try and run 152 through 800 meters the way I felt in this race, but now's not the time to really let emotions make decisions.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Mary. Thank you.
Good job.
Me da un poco miedo la contrarreta final, pensaba que te quedabas.